Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome, everybody. It is time for Naturally Inspired Radio. I hope you are having a great start to your week. It's a gorgeous day here in northern Colorado. It is actually pretty blue skies, a little hazy, but pretty blue skies considering all the fire stuff we have going on. So I'm grateful for that. Had a good time feeding my cows today. I was thinking back to I have this one calf that it's really the only calf. I mean, I've told you we've only ever had one calf that we lost, and that was this year. But we did, one of our first calves that were born here on the farm it struggled a little bit, early in calving season. I think that was what the issue was. It was a little cold. And so this little calf required bottle feeding, required a little bit of extra attention. One of my favorite moments here on 1890 Homestead was when that little calf was struggling, and the mama heifer knew it. And we drove out there in the back of the truck, and I had a bottle with me, and I was like, okay, she's either going to let me near it or she's not. And it was just kind of a magical moment when I got out of the truck. She literally pushed the calf towards me with her head. She just kind of said, "Here, take it." Like she knew that calf was in trouble and needed my help. It was wild. I can't quite explain it, but it was one of my favorite moments from here on 1890 Homestead. And this morning I was out there with her. She's huge now, of course. She's big old heifer herself. And she's chasing me down the fence line like a dog because I had some treats. And I just thought, wow, I'm just grateful that we were able to save her. And now she's big and grown and healthy and beautiful. So that's farm life for you. I've got a great show for you here today. The daily topic I want to address today, you're going to have to just follow me on it. Okay? You're going to have to just follow me on it because I think it makes sense. Started putting these pieces together. I want to explore this topic of why the cult is trying to kick everybody out of nature. Because I think they are. And so we'll talk about that. And then another budding story, which I covered weeks ago. I said, listen, with the merging of virtual reality and reality, the merging of them both, I think we're going to see a lot of mental problems in people, right? We're going to see a lot of dysfunction, mental dysfunction. I'm not calling it illness because I feel like it's environmental. But there is going to be some mental dysfunction, and we're starting to see that. We're starting to see that expressed online. So we're going to cover that. Jay Bhattacharya has a good appearance on Steve Bannon's show. And it made me think, the way he was talking about the mRNA shots, it made me kind of think, like, are they picking the lesser of two evils here? Like, what's going on? Okay. So anyway, we'll talk about that. And then yesterday I mentioned recycling, and I got some text from you on that about recycling. So I want to revisit that and just kind of, show you the behind the scenes when it comes to recycling. We did not get to our health topic yesterday, so we're going to get to it today. It's cortisol. And lots of questions about cortisol. You see these viral TikTok things and a cortisol cocktail, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the root cause, because that's true. That's really where we truly have to start is root cause. Why is your cortisol high? You got to start from the beginning. And then, of course, we've got a naturally inspired moment for you today that you're not going to want to miss. All right, let's get into the top daily topic. Okay. I hate to be conspiratorial. You know how I hate it. However, that said, have you seen what is going on in Canada? I think I mentioned it yesterday, but this clip I'm going to play for you just really like, oh my gosh, I'm just like, shut up. Just shut all the way up. These people, they're puppets. And I can't even believe they don't have any shame in the way that they are conducting themselves. Like, who are you trying to fool? This is what I'm talking about here. Leadership in Canada. Take a listen.
Me going for a walk in the woods is going to cause a fire. I can understand why people think that that's ridiculous. But the reality is, it's not that you might cause a fire. It's that if you're out there walking in the woods and you break your leg, we're not going to come and get you, because we have emergency responders that are out focused on a fire that is threatening the lives of New Brunswickers. And if you take your boat out fishing in a pond in Crown Land and you capsize, we're not going to be able to come and help you out, because our first responders are focused on an immediate and serious threat to our province. And so it's the possibility of diverting emergency resources away from where they are really needed.
Shut up. Okay. Oh my gosh. The mental gymnastics that these people play. Is someone telling her that? And like, here's what you say. Look at me. Here's what you say. Instead of saying, because that's kind of crazy that your running shoe would start a fire in the forest. And we don't want people to think we think they're all arsonists. So here's what you say. Let's frame it up this way. Here's what we say. We say it's because we want them to be safe. And then we tell them that the reason why we won't be able to rescue them. Yeah, that's what we tell them. We tell them it's not about the forest fires, that it's actually about the tax on the emergency responders. That'll do it, because everybody loves emergency responders. Yeah, that's how we'll do it, because everybody loves emergency responders, and we all take our hats off to the emergency responders, and we don't want to make the emergency responders, it be in a bad position. We don't want to make them stressed out anymore. So yeah, this is what we'll do. We'll tell them that if they go out into the forest, that they're irresponsible and that they're causing problems for the first responders, the heroes of the world. And then they'll buy it, right? That's what we'll tell them. Yeah, we'll tell them, stop being stupid, you idiot. You idiots. You just don't be stupid going out in the forest. Don't be stupid going out in the woods. Don't be stupid doing that stuff, because then we'll have to come and save you. Oh, my Lord. Like, I don't even, what is happening? Like, who believes this stuff? And what is the reasoning now that you can't grow your own food? You shouldn't grow your own food either, because that's using up too much water. And that's because climate change. And that's because we need the water to fight the forest fires and when do we get to live? Did we ever get to live? Because there's like fire season, and then there's, climate cult season. And too much water, there's floods, not enough water, there's drought. Like, when do we get to just live? Do we ever get a window here? I mean, it's insane, you guys. It's totally insane. And if you have bought into this narrative, you are totally sucked into the algorithm. You are not exercising your critical thought skills. You have been sucked into the algorithm, and you are just consuming information at that point, just taking it in and then reacting exactly the way you are prompted to react. It's interesting to me that some people seem to be so more susceptible to this type of programming, and they get really emotional about it. Some of the comments I have seen on this issue of Canadians being fined for going into the woods, it seems to be women too, I might add. It seems there's men in there too, but primarily there's a lot of women that are allowing themselves to get very emotional about people being stupid and going out into the woods in summertime. Best time to be in the woods, in my opinion, summertime. Those people seem to be highly susceptible to the algorithm. It's curious. Stay tuned, everybody. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia. I am so glad you're here. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredраdio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturalinspiredradio.com.
Welcome back. Want you to know that you can find us on your favorite platform. We live stream, catch our show on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Twitch, DLive, Kick, and more. Listen anytime on podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, all the major platforms. We're on social media, so connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, X, Getter, Gab, and others. Just search Tammy Cuthbert Garcia or Naturally Inspired Radio. We're everywhere that you are. Okay, so here's where we're going to go, because these are my thoughts. I just want to explore this, and I want you to explore it with me. So it's interesting that they're kind of kicking Canadians out of the woods, out of nature. Of course, nature connects us to so many things that is real. It supports our health. There's scientific research to prove that just being out in nature, you can lower your blood pressure. You can improve mood. It's even neutralizes EMF exposure. Like, there's so many health benefits to being out in nature. So let's visit a couple of them here. This is a recent podcast that I was watching. This expert is on light therapy, actually. And I found this really interesting. Let's take a look and then we'll discuss. Here it is.
Sunlight has far more benefits than just vitamin D. Not saying that vitamin D is not something that you want to supplement with. I supplement with vitamin D. I think there's a benefit to supplementing with vitamin D, no question. But sunlight has so many important things, and I really would like to spend the bulk or the lion's share of the time talking about this because this is really important.
Okay.
This is amazing, and it really made me think about sunlight. So this is a story by a lady by the name of Amy Honmeyer. Her 15-year-old boy was diagnosed with lymphoblastic leukemia, went into the hospital, actually started chemotherapy for it.
Which is blood cancer.
It's a blood cancer, yeah. And so the treatment for blood cancer is chemotherapy, which he started. The side effect of chemotherapy is suppressing the immune system. And unfortunately, he didn't realize it, but he didn't realize it immediately, but he developed a fungus flesh-eating infection in his lung and went into the hospital in June of 2024. This is in Minnesota, tertiary care hospital. And he got worse and got worse and got worse to the point where the only way that they could control this infection was to actually remove his left lung, which they did. So this is a 15-year-old boy. He is without his left lung. He only has a right lung. And he starts to decline even after that. They do a CT scan, and it shows that now the infection has moved to his remaining right lung. They have a family conference. And as Amy is telling me this story, I could hear her choking up. She's telling me this on the phone. She's saying that he's 15, he's completely awake, he's completely alert.
So this little boy, diagnosed with leukemia, is in a hospital, no light, no outdoors. Right away, I've always wondered this. Why are hospitals set up like institutions that, don't allow for much light? They are very confined. They're almost like our schools, our hospitals, our prisons, I don't all look the same. There's no integration of outdoor when we know the benefit of nature. Like it seems like if you're going into a hospital, you're there to heal, right? You're there because you're not well. And so wouldn't it make sense to develop and build institutions like hospitals and such that were conducive with healing and including nature? But no, that's not what we do. Anyway, this story advances. This little boy is told that he's at the end of his life, and his request is that he wants to go outside. Take a listen to this next one.
He's on a BiPAP machine the respiratory therapists have put together. So this guy is outside, and they're not putting him outside to get better. This is his dying wish. They also use this thing called a Firefly. It's like a light device that they were using. I'll be honest, I don't know which did it.
The Firefly, what's that?
It's a light device that gives off light at different wavelengths. And they would use that for about 3 times a day for 5 minutes. This guy does not die. After the first day, his white count starts to come down. That's like a measure of the infection that's going on in the lung. And by the way, they do a CT scan of his lung before this all starts, and it's just the remaining lung on the right is just filled with infection. It's horrible. By the second day, the white count comes down even more. And by the way, they haven't changed any of the other treatment. By this point, he's been in for 6 weeks. He has not seen the light of day, and he's still getting the powerful antifungal medication, amphotericin B and posaconazole. All of these things are really high-powered drugs that just completely fight fungus, but it's not working. He's getting worse. But now he's out for the second day. The white count's coming down, which is good. It's a good sign. His oxygen requirement is coming down. That's a good sign. He's requiring less and less oxygen. By the time he gets to day 5, okay, we're already past 2 days. He's off the BiPAP. He's on regular just nasal cannula oxygen that you see people wearing on their nose. The doctors are scratching their head. They're like, we should get a CT scan to see what's going on. So Amy tells me that they get a CT scan of this guy, and they're in the room. And some even like swear under their breath, like they're completely amazed. because on the CT scan, obviously the left lung is still gone, but the right lung, the disease is probably 60, 70% gone.
It makes me think, like, could it be that our disconnection from nature is contributing to what's making us so sick? The epidemic of dis-ease in the country is the worst it's ever been, right? We're the sickest we've ever been. And we're also the most disconnected we've ever been to nature. A lot of people, back in the day when you get up and do your chores, I mean, we still have to do it around here. We have cows to feed. We have chickens to feed. We have turkeys to feed. We have cats to let out of the barn. Whether it's snow on the ground or it's a beautiful day like today, that stuff's got to be done. We have to get outside every day. It's just part of our lifestyle. I think we purposely built that into our lifestyle because it is so easy to not go outside. If you're working at home and you work on, your computer, like everybody, we all have to nowadays, or you have to work through your portal, AKA your phone. It's so easy. Time flies by, right? Because you get sucked into it, the algorithm, and you're somewhat unconscious. You're just being, fed information. It is so easy to not go outside. I started wondering, is this, a bigger component of why we are so not well? Is it a bigger component? And then that's when my mind started going, you know what? It seems like there's a concerted effort to wipe humans from nature. And that's what kind of led me to this next part that I want to cover, because I think this is really important that we recognize. I've been telling you over the last couple of weeks or so, this whole climate change thing, there's more to it. As you might have guessed, there's a lot more to it than let's just save the earth or whatever. There's actually a deep need for energy and resources to house and push artificial intelligence forward. And one of those big needs is data centers. And data centers, they require a lot of resources. Of course, it requires a lot of energy, right? But in addition to that, it requires water for cooling. And it's interesting because Canada has been cited as a great place for these data centers. Now, why would Canada be such a great place for these data centers, you wonder? Well, there's not that many people there comparatively to the US. That's one thing. But also its climate. It's a lot cooler there. And heat is a real issue for these data centers. That's why they've come up with being able to cool it with water. And then today, I saw something on Adam Carolla's Twitter that kind of sparked my curiosity about something. And wouldn't you know it, a deeper dive into it, I realized that, places that are close to water or have access to water might be of high demand when it comes to building data centers. I'll tell you what I mean when we come back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia. I am so glad you're here today. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Welcome back. Jason, 52 from Montana, wrote me, let me know, your cellular reset has been my secret weapon for bouncing back after stressful weeks. My joints feel less stiff. I wake up feeling ready to go, even after a tough day before. And I happen to know Jason is a rancher out there in Montana. So that's awesome. I'm so glad that you're getting that relief. Jason, 52 in Montana, loving the cellular reset. Get yours today at naturallyinspiredstore.com. Okay. Down the conspiratorial rabbit hole we go. I mean, I hate to be conspiratorial. Is there really any conspiracies left? Like, if you think that powerful people don't conspire, for bigger profits, for more power, then I don't know what planet you've been living on your whole life, right? A very interesting concept when you think about it is, are they trying to clear humans? Clear humans because, just hear me out here. If you worship technology like these people clearly do, listen to people like Eric Schmidt, listen to people like Larry Ellison, listen to them, right? They are telling you, Ray Kurzweil, they are telling you, they're so excited. Sam Altman, they are in a race of a lifetime. And they are so excited about developing AI and bringing it up to its full potential. Who will get to AGI first? Artificial General Intelligence, whatever that is. What does that mean exactly? I don't think we know, because I don't think we can truly quantify this thing's power. Anyway, is it possible that they are willing to forego humans for AI? I think it is. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds science fiction-y and, that's nuts or whatever. But seriously, I think they are identifying now through AI. Like in my clip I played yesterday on Joe Rogan, he said it's possible he's an AI agent. Yeah. Could he be working for the advancement solely of AI and who gives about humans? I think it's entirely possible. And here's what I'm seeing. Okay, let's go to Adam Carolla's Twitter this morning. For those of you listening and not watching, this is just a brief video of the Palisades. 8:30 a.m., 8 months after the fire, zero construction taking place. That is zero construction taking place. Nada. None. A bunch of concrete, empty slabs there on the shoreline. And I got to thinking, why are they not rebuilding? I know there's a lot of red tape in California, right? There's a lot of red tape everywhere you go. But come on, it just doesn't make sense, right? You got people that are disjointed. They want to get back into their homes. This is where they live. This is their community. And there ain't no hustle. Why is that? Why is there no hustle? And then I did a little search. I'm like, is oceanfront property prime real estate for data centers? And so, I typed it in, and sure enough, coastal seawater cooling can work very well. Google's Hamina in Finland data center uses Baltic seawater for cooling and is expanding alongside heat recovery proof that shoreline siting with seawater cooling can be efficient in the right climate and infrastructure. It's promising. Free cooling from cold seawater can cut chiller energy and improve power usage effectiveness in some cities. Seawater district cooling also enables heat reuse to buildings. Floating near shore designs are being explored. Like in Singapore, proposed floating data center modules showing industry interest in coastal solutions where land is scarce. Big caveat, though, environmental rules. Seawater systems face strict permitting to protect marine life at intakes and limit thermal discharge. Closed loop or heat exchanger designs are often required. There's also corrosion, biofouling, storms. These are kind of some risks. But the bottom line, building near the shoreline can be a good cooling strategy, especially if the seawater is reliably cold. It can meet strict intake discharge rules, and you harden for coastal hazards and manage corrosion. So this is definitely a viable thing and being done already in Finland. And so I would say, let's just check in on Lanai, shall we? This is Hawaii. Yeah, lots near the Lahaina Shore Beach Resort sit empty, cleared of fire debris. No commercial buildings destroyed in the fire have been rebuilt. Right along that shoreline there. I mean, it's something I think we should be looking at. Is this what's going on? I'm not saying I know. I'm just saying this is, it's intriguing to me. Because I don't think you would be able to, convince people to move away from the shoreline voluntarily. I just don't think you would. So if you were able to, if they were, had to move out and they couldn't get permits to build back, well, you might need a bit of downtime there. And finally, they're going to probably give up and go build somewhere else. And that would open up a lot of space. Possibly for some data centers. And that's an interesting concept. You gotta wonder if that's what's going on here. Because these people's culture around artificial intelligence, around human versus machine is much different than yours or mine is. In our minds, we live on the earth. We should live with the earth, not just on the earth. That's the way I think about it. We're part of the ecosystem here on planet Earth. And this cult, this, synthetic cult, really, they prefer the synthetic version of almost everything, including life. Including life. They would rather keep it clean, controlled, contrived, whatever you want to call it. They want complete control over life. And that's in reality, life is uncontrollable. That's kind of what makes it so beautiful, right? You try to control as much as you can, but you just can't. You can't. And that's kind of the beauty of life, because when things go really, really well, you have so much gratitude for it. And when you have to persevere, it's character developing, right? And then it's inspirational to other people. It's what keeps us going. The ups and downs of life. That's what keeps us going. These people want to create this bubble, this synthetic world where they're living in it. And the machine, the artificial intelligence, the, data is now the center of that world. It's the most important thing in the virtual world. And so I think they're perfectly willing to disregard humans and wipe them clean. Why not? These data centers are more important. Because without the data centers, without the energy to keep this thing going and growing, it can't become what they want it to become. We can't build the fake world, the virtual world out without these data centers. The climate is certainly not about energy, because AI is going to use more energy than you could ever imagine. It's going to use more resources, especially water. And so, we've seen lots of stories through the climate cult about how water in the future, water is scarce. Water is scarce. Well, water is not scarce, but I could see how it would become very, I could see how access to it could become extremely valuable when you have to build these massive data centers everywhere. And maybe they will develop other ways to cool the data centers. I'm sure they're trying to do that now, but it's not, it's going to be sucking so much energy that the whole climate cult, the little dent that we make in it for existing, from flying from state to state or from country to country or driving a car or heck, owning a few cows. That is just ridiculous to be concerned about that when you have the plan for planet data center happening right in front of your eyes. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. Stay tuned. Your Naturally Inspired moment is up next.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. Hey, I want to tell you that when you become part of the Naturally Inspired community, you become a customer with Naturally Inspired, you aren't just buying a product. You can buy a product anywhere, right? I mean, these are fantastic products. They're all EWG certified. They're non-toxic, all that stuff. Yeah, they're all those things. They're great products. I love them. They're everywhere in my house. I definitely use every single one of them, here in my house because I trust them and they're great products. But that's not really what you're buying when you become part of Naturally Inspired, because you can buy that stuff anywhere. You can buy it at Whole Foods. You can buy it at the grocery store, Natural Grocers, wherever you want. You can buy it there. But here's what you don't get when you buy it there. You don't get community. And that is the future. That is what everybody is going to be needing as we move forward through this transformation process that we're in the world. It's community. You get my direct text line. I talk with many of you sometimes daily as you need support. And I'm not just a holistic nutritionist. That's not, that's a fraction of what I do. I would call myself a health researcher, an investigator, and a detective. And when I want to find an answer, I'm like a dog with a bone. Trust me. Trust me. So that's what you're getting when you join Naturally Inspired. And all you have to do to join Naturally Inspired is become a customer of the product line. And you get everything else for free. You get a welcome gift sent to you. I know Jim just texted me on the text line, said, "Your gift arrived today. Thank you so much." Yeah. This is how you build community. This is how you build trust back and forth. I'm here for you and you're here for me. And together as a community, we build better health. That's what you get with Naturally Inspired. So it's not just about products. There's so much more. Brittany wrote in to tell me this. She said, "I had no idea my birth control was behind so many of my symptoms that I had been dealing with for years. Tammy helped me uncover the connection, and once I made the change, everything started improving." Let me tell you how many young women this has been a problem for. They book a time with me, and they've got stomach problems, and seems like they're allergic to some of the foods that they're eating, and sometimes they have pain and they have heavy bleeding, and what is going on here? And the correlation is never made through their allopathic system that their birth control, especially if you've been on it for a long time, can have side effects. That's the kind of work I do. I walk alongside you to figure out what the heck is going on. You become a health researcher for yourself, and I walk alongside you. It's totally different than what you're going to get at Whole Foods. I don't think you're going to get that kind of support at Whole Foods. Just guessing, but I don't think so. So become a customer today. Tonight we have our weekly wellness workshop. We're going to be talking about the power of your emotions and how it correlates to inflammation in your physical body. Okay, so it's going to be a really interesting topic. And we've got some questions already on the health text line that we're going to talk about from some of our members. So it's going to be a fun talk. It's always educational, but it's always fun as well. Let's get to our naturally inspired moment because it's a good one today. I think it's a good one every day, but this one I really like. So here are 5 strategies for building strategic mind control. So we're always talking about the negative effects of mind control, right? Like, oh, they're brainwashed and this and that, and it's mind control and MK Ultra and all that stuff. Of course, it can be used for horrific reasons and for evil. But did you ever think about it from the opposite point of view? That it could actually be used for your benefit? Well, it can. And like I said, if you are not intentional with your own thoughts, then, you're going to take in what people put in front of you. And you're going to be responding, reacting to what is put in front of you, not necessarily what brings you the best results. So a little bit of self-mind control could be a good thing. It's strategic mind control. Number 1, guard the gate. Be aware of what you allow into your mind. Just like you choose clean food for your body, choose uplifting, empowering content for your thoughts. Get rid of the doom scrolling. It's not helping you. It's not empowering you, and there's very little that you can do about it. Number 2, catch and redirect when a negative thought slips in. Notice it. Notice it and immediately swap it with a thought that supports your vision and values. This takes practice. Let me tell you, people are like, oh, well, just faking it. You're just faking being positive or whatever. No, you're not faking it. You're retraining your brain. Our neural pathways are built from 0 to 7 years old. Many of them. Habits over time. Built. Neural pathway gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you want to change your results, you got to change those neural pathways. And how do you do that? You become mindful of it. So when it comes into your mind, a thought that you've thought a million times, like, oh, this isn't going to work. I can't feel it. What if I can't? That whole rhetoric, stop. Think something else and switch. Your results are dependent upon it. So it's not like being fake positive. It is going through a transformation process. It's a physical transformation process. You're changing the way you think for better results. That's it. It's not about, thinking positively or whatever. Just like, I understand the kind of, turn off with all of that. Like, oh yeah, just think positively. Woohoo. I get it. It isn't that. This is scientific. You're scientifically, adopting a strategy to get to a different end result. And that means you have to change the way you're thinking, because your thinking triggers your actions, and your actions bring the results. Okay? So number 3 is set mental priorities. So decide in advance what you will focus on today. So gratitude, solutions, or a specific goal, and bring your mind back to it when it wanders. I'm telling you, it's in the beginning, it's a little exhausting trying to monitor your thoughts. Once you become mindful of it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing that a lot. And then you find yourself, got to flip back. Got to get myself back on track, right? Back to the intention. You know, I just want to say that this is the same type of pattern that can help break addiction. Right? Changing your state. If you want to 10x this thinking thing, you're changing your thoughts, add an action to it, because you're adding your physical body into it as well, just magnifies the neural pathway in your brain. So if you want to 10x this, put it on steroids, this whole, thinking for better results, then add an action step to it. Some people call it a power move. I think Tony Robbins, I learned that at Tony Robbins. He has a power move, right? So when he wants to really amp himself up or whatever, he has a specific physical power move that he does to kind of trigger that neural pathway and make it deeper and deeper every time he's building that habit. This is science, okay? They studied it. It's not just, fake positivity here. That's not what it is. Number 4, practice thought fasting. A fast for your thoughts. Take regular breaks from the news. Stop looking at other people's social media. I did a Substack today about comparing yourself online. Don't do that. So take a fast from all that stuff. It's mental junk food that we're consuming as we scroll down the hole. Give your mind clarity and space to create. Not to say that you don't make time for entertainment and make time for relaxation, but don't let it control your time. Be purposeful. And I'm going to take 15 minutes to go down the, social media scroll hole and see what people are up to. But do it mindfully, Do it mindfully. Don't do it and get lost in it. Number 5, rehearse your future. This is for real here. I know a lot of people might think, oh my God, that's so stupid. No, visualize the life you want daily, engaging all of your senses. The more real it feels in your mind, the more your actions will naturally align to it. If you can spend more time in the state of the person that you want to be with all the attributes that you want to have, you will slowly push out all the negative habits and the negative attributes. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back for hour 2. This is Naturally Inspired Radio.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.
Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome back. I'm just here jamming to my little tune here. I love that new music, actually. It's quite groovy. Welcome to the second hour of Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm so glad you're joining me today. We've been talking about data centers. We've been talking about getting kicked out of the woods in Canada, because they're all getting kicked out of the woods in Canada. Just basically, the complete disregard for humans. That's what's going on. I want to thank Tommy, Mark, Jake, Mary, and Jim for becoming new customers with Naturally Inspired. Welcome. Your welcome gifts will be mailed out tomorrow. I make a daily trip these days to the post office and get everybody's special gifts mailed out to them. Of course, we're giving away Good Brew and other goodies as a welcome gift when you become a new customer at Naturally Inspired. Also, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Thanks for keeping Jason busy. He's so busy he couldn't send me a list of all your names. So I just want to say thank you so much for being in the chat and for participating in Naturally Inspired during the show. It makes it so much more entertaining for everybody. Also, I want to say Althea was our winner last week. So we give away products every Friday. So make sure you go in there and you enter to win each week. Enter to win each week. And your name will be drawn, and we just send you some product straight to your house. I mean, why not? Take advantage of it. It's awesome. So yeah, those are the things I wanted to say. And then what else do I have to say as well? I don't know. I think there was another housekeeping thing. Oh yeah, the weekly wellness workshop is tonight. You want to get on that. So if you become a customer right now, screenshot your purchase and send it to me on my text line, 720-303-8868. I'll send you the link to get on the Zoom call tonight. It's going to be a gooder, as I say. It's going to be a gooder. All right. Top news story today is about the rise of mental dysfunction. You guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be something. And it's fascinating to me that, again, nobody's talking about it, right? Nobody that can actually do anything about it, in the regulatory sort of way, or even the awareness sort of way. If you had some people from the administration come out and say, listen, AI is moving so fast, there's going to be a lot of consequences to this. And one of those consequences could be you not being really able to tell virtual reality from reality. And this could cause some disruption in your mental patterns. So I want you to be aware of this, because blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That would be good. But no, we're not getting any of that. We're not getting any of that. We're not getting anybody, that has a massive platform really talking about that. And I think that's a real problem, because listen to this. These are the types of tweets. These are the types of posts. These are the types of articles I'm starting to see now. So here's a tweet from somebody. My partner has been working with ChatGPT chats to create what he believes is the world's first truly recursive AI that gives him the answers to the universe. He says with conviction that he is a superior human now and is growing at an insanely rapid pace. I've read his chats. AI isn't doing anything special or recursive, but it is talking to him as if he is the next Messiah. He says if I don't use it, he thinks it's likely he will leave me in the future. We have been together for 7 years, own a home together. This is so out of left field. I have boundaries and he can't make me do anything, but this is quite traumatizing in general. I can't disagree with him without a blow up. Where do I go from here? Do you see? Like, I'm not joking when I say people are becoming bots. Are they transforming into human robots, like, physically robot legs and stuff like that? No, I'm just not saying. But like the way they are thinking is syncing up with the algorithm, and the algorithm is becoming their source of thought. You see what I'm saying? So when I say like the algorithm's capturing your consciousness, I'm not joking. It's overpowering your own critical thought. It's taking you down a pathway. This guy thinks he's a messiah because of the way he's interacting with it. So like, I think I'm not, I think this is a tool. I don't want to sit here and say like, we've got to stop all AI. We've got, it's not my place to do that. I'm like, I know my own limits, I know my line in the sand, and I'm not here to enforce that on anybody else. But I'll tell you, awareness goes a very long way. Simply being aware that this portal can capture your consciousness can do a lot for you preserving your critical thinking and your own consciousness. Just knowing. It's kind of like propaganda. Once you can identify propaganda, you're like, oh, well, that's propaganda. And then you're like, well, but maybe there's some good things to it. Maybe there's some bad things to it. And you start weighing it out in your own head. And then you're like, yeah, okay, I'm going to buy that. No, I think the propaganda is like ridiculous on that. I'm not buying into that. You know what I'm saying? Like once you know how to spot it, you're in the driver's seat. But the problem here is that there's a lot of people that don't know how to spot it. They're not understanding that they're being sucked into it. They're not understanding it. And so we're going to have to live with these people. They're going to be very botty, as I've been saying. You can see it. You can see it. They lack the ability to understand nuance. Their expression is different. They're missing some things. And I'm going to keep saying that. I don't care if it offends people or whatever. I'm going to keep saying it because we need to like bring awareness around this. Because it is truly happening. This lady right here, who tweeted this out. Think about all the people that are experiencing that and maybe don't even have the vocabulary to express that that's what they're experiencing. Like maybe their partner is changing, morphing right in front of their eyes, or people they know are kind of morphing right in front of their eyes with this different way of expression, this different way of thinking. And they're like, what's that? They're like a little weird. Yeah. Yeah. Their consciousness is being captured. They're being led by the algorithm now. Crazy talk. I know it sounds like crazy talk. If I was listening to myself 10 years ago, if I was listening to what I'm saying right now 10 years ago, I would probably think I was crazy. But I assure you, I am not crazy. I'm well aware. I'm very, very aware of what's going on. And I'm able to stand back and go, wow, that is absolutely fascinating, isn't it? We are living in some fascinating times, to say the least. Jay Bhattacharya, he was on Steve Bannon recently, and it really intrigued me, this little clip I brought for you here today, because I had a different thought when I listened to this. Here he is, Jay Bhattacharya on Bannon's War Room. Take a listen.
What Secretary Kennedy did is he ordered that BARDA, which is an agency in HHS, Health and Human Services, cancel a whole bunch of contracts for the mRNA platform for production, mass production, essentially, of mRNA vaccines. The reason that he did that, and I think it's very important for people to understand, is that as far as public health goes, the mRNA platform, as far as public health goes for vaccines, the mRNA platform is no longer viable. If you look at the uptake of the recent COVID vaccines in kids, for instance, it's less than 5% of kids under 5, I think, have taken it. Less than 15% of kids between 5 and 12. Overall, less than a quarter of people have taken it, despite the fact that there's been relentless propaganda and pressure to take the COVID vaccines, the mRNA COVID vaccines, forever, for a very long time, dating to the Biden administration. And so you can't have a platform where such a large fraction of the population distrusts the platform if you're going to use it for vaccines and expect it to work. And what you're seeing with Colbert and those insane clips that you just played for me is frustration and that because they're no longer getting their way. They no longer control sort of the cultural high ground where they can essentially bully people to take a product that people don't want. When people have lost trust in a product or technology like that, you don't have to. The only way forward is to be honest with people about what you know, what you don't know, and then give excellent evidence, reason with people. This kind of like sort of mocking and bullying has no place in public health.
It's definitely a lot of stuff to unpack here. I know we're going to have to go to break here in a minute, so I don't want to go too far in before we go to break. But we will unpack it when we come back. I have so many thoughts going through my mind right here because didn't we just introduce the universal vaccine the other day? Wasn't Bobby Kennedy just saying universal vaccine? Yeah. And wearables. Let's explore what could be going on here when we come back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia. So glad you're here. Stay tuned.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Today I want to share with you my favorite daily detox, Greska C60. Did you know your body is bombarded with toxins every single day? I'm sure you do. C60 is pure. It's powerful carbon molecule that helps remove those toxins. It supports healthy cells and keeps you feeling your best. Order today at c60.com. That's c60.com. Or call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. And don't forget to use promo code Tammy for a special discount. And if you're calling Bob or Sam at 720-600-6040, just tell them you heard about C60 on Naturally Inspired. So a couple thoughts here on this Jay Bhattacharya clip and what Bobby Kennedy's been saying. So like if you start tracking what they're doing here, I feel like there's like negotiations in play here. And could it be that they are trying to build a, lesser of two evils type of system here in a response to these corporations that have so much control? So hear me out. Like, we've got the megacorp, right? That's all invested in the climate cult stuff. It's all invested in, and that's driving the economy. AI is driving the economy. All this advancement is driving the economy. mRNA technology. I mean, a whole whack of products coming off of that with predictive medicine, as I call it. And then, of course, genetic therapy as well. So are they like saying, hey, come on over here, corporations? How about this? What if we do a universal vaccine? That's better. I mean, you don't inject health. That's whatever. But like, what is going to be in the universal vaccine? Are they trying to lure? I guess what I'm saying, are they trying to lure these corporations over into a different lane? Could that be possible? Instead of, getting under our skin, like Noah Harari talks about, maybe it's a wearable. I'm not saying that I approve of it. I'm just trying to understand what's going on here. Because on one hand, we have the banning of the mRNA platform. And then on the other hand, we got a universal vaccine. What's happening here? I'm trying to sort it out. So is that what they're doing? And they're trying to say, because, these corporations have so much power. And I'm telling you, look at your country like a business. It'll make a whole lot more sense to you. Look at it like a business. So maybe that's what they're saying, instead of making people get chips or get, loose freeze or whatever it is, graphene oxide that's, hooking us up to the Borg. Maybe it's a wearable instead. Also, like, you got to think about the removing of the toxins, like removing fluoride from the water, trying to clean up the food, trying to improve farming, trying to get what we really need to get healthy, to get our minds clear, like building a better, healthier citizenry to be able to claim their American citizenship and actually play the role that needs to be played in this country from the citizenry, which is, healthy resistance to government. Healthy resistance to government, right? I'm not saying anything unhealthy. I'm saying healthy resistance to government looks like this. Yeah, you're not my gold standard to make my medical decisions. Appreciate what you're saying. Appreciate the information. Thanks for putting it out there. But you're not the end all and be all of my decision making. That's healthy resistance, okay? Not just blindly following these agencies because they're government, they must know, blah, blah. Like, that has got to stop. If you want to live in a free country, then you have to act like free people. And there's a responsibility with that. You got to take personal responsibility for your own decisions. So I'm thinking, maybe that comes more with people who are well. I'll tell you that much, because when you are sick, everything you're thinking about every day is got to do with getting well. You don't have a lot of mental real estate to pay attention to other things. You're just, focused on getting well. What can I do to get well? That becomes your priority. And so if we can get people well, then we can start working back on building critical thinking skills and being healthy enough to exercise their American citizenship. You know what I'm saying? I wonder. I have a lot of wonderings, as you can imagine nowadays. I have a lot of wonderings. I'm sure you do. Like, what is going on here? Because it doesn't quite make sense unless you start to think of it from that point of view. And I guess we'll see. I had covered BARDA, right? I told you a couple of weeks ago that they had cut all the funding to BARDA for mRNA. So that's not the route they're supporting. What is the route they're supporting, though? A little more transparency would be good, so we don't have to sit here biting our nails and freaking out, and wondering if you've been captured. I mean, some of the comments I see. Have you noticed, too, that Bobby Kennedy's voice has improved? There's a pretty dramatic difference in his voice. And I know he has switched his diet to heavy protein, right? Healthy fats. And he's added a lot of supplementation in there, as we have seen caught on camera. And I've noticed a huge improvement in his voice, especially of late. So maybe he's looking to be a walking example of what you can achieve and how only the body heals. So we'll see, I guess. The next story I want to cover is about recycling, because yesterday we had a little, we had a brief visit on recycling and how recycling, I've learned through the years that recycling is not what it's pitched to you to be. A lot of this stuff that you think gets recycled actually gets put on a barge and floats out to different countries. People actually, pay to have it moved over and stored in other countries. Like, it's not being recycled in the fashion that you think it is. Let's take a look at this brief clip, because I think this explains a little deeper about why things aren't recycled. You think, oh, this is plastic. Plastic's recycled. It's broken down. They make a plastic bag and they'll turn it into sunglasses. That's a little more difficult than you might think. Take a listen to this.
Why is it so hard to recycle most plastic?
Plastics weren't designed to be recycled. They contain a lot of additives, chemicals that can make it hard to recycle.
Venus Singla is a leading expert on the impact of plastic waste on health and the environment.
If you think about your plastic water bottle, that's a type of plastic called PET. Now there's another very similar type of plastic called PETG. So it just has some different chemical modifications. Those two can't be recycled together, and they're really hard to separate. They look really similar, and when they go into sorting facilities, they may be sorted together. So there's an example right there of how it's so challenging to recycle plastics, and that the systems weren't really designed.
So what have they been telling us then? Again, I will say this. I don't think there's any experts left. You know what I mean? I think that we have the right to question everything at this point, because it feels like, everything is a bit of a con, and recycling included. So I can remember way back in the day, in the early 2000s, I was talking to somebody, and we were talking about recycling, and she's an older lady, and she just looked at me and she said, yeah, they're not doing anything with that recycling. They're just getting you ready for when they can recycle it. And I said, excuse me, what? Like, I was like 20, I think, and I was like, excuse me, what? Like, what? She's like, oh yeah, they can't recycle that, really. What they're doing is they're just getting the citizenry used to recycling, so that when they do figure out how to recycle properly, that everyone will be already practiced for it. yeah, that was, I would say 26, 27 years ago. Yeah. And they still haven't quite figured it out. But yet they're charged. Recycling is a whole industry. And it's big money. You know, picking it up from your house, making you sort it. These receptacle centers, like there's big money in it. Having to have the regulations stamped on the actual plastic. Like it goes on and on. It's an invented industry. For what? We still have not figured out how to recycle. And you know, people need to understand this. You're walking around doing the actions, thinking you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and it turns out it has nothing to do with what you think you're doing. You want to improve the environment, you know, grow a garden. Grow a garden. Buy less stuff. You know? These are real things that you can do just to, I think, be a more productive human being and live with the earth, not just on it. When we come back, we have our health topic. We're talking about cortisol and a lot more. Stay tuned, everybody.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturalinspiredradio.com.
I didn't realize how much I was avoiding certain activities because of my knees. 2 months on liquid biocell. That's the low molecular weight collagen. And I'm back to hiking without discomfort. That's from Dell in Bellingham, Washington. My nails used to break constantly and my hair was thinning. Now my nails are stronger and my hairdresser keeps telling me my hair feels thicker. That's from Bethany, right here in Colorado. Faster recovery after workouts. I used to be sore for days. Since adding liquid biocell, I recover so much faster and I can push harder and I totally feel the difference. That's from Stephanie in Oregon. Thank you so much for sending me your testimonials. Please send them to my text line, 720-303-8868, because your stories are contagious. And it just may be, what someone needs to hear so that they can take action toward a real solution for health. The more people we can keep away from big pharma, the better we're doing, right? That's how I feel. If we want change in the healthcare system, which we so desperately do, this is the way we do it. We spread real solutions for health. Your body is capable of healing. The body heals. You are capable. You are capable. You just got to give your body the right nutrition. You got to give your body the right foundation so that it can do what it was designed to do, which is thrive and be well. So get yours today. Go to naturallyinspiredstore.com. Just click on the collagen and get yours ordered. When you order, don't forget, I'm going to send you a couple of welcome gifts from me to you. You get access to the weekly wellness workshop, which is tonight at 7 o'clock, but it's every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. So you get to come on and join us. Give us your questions. I will provide as many answers as I possibly can. Many people in the community have answers as well. So you can get your questions answered there. You get also something I've just added, which I'm super excited about because I'm such a dork. It's called the Whoa. It's called Whoa, Words of Encouragement. And every morning around 6 a.m. Mountain Time, you get a little text from me with a little words of encouragement to start your day. I do all this for my community because I want you to be well. You deserve to get the results that you're looking for. And I'm happy to provide that support. So become a customer today. Go to naturallyinspiredstore.com. And if you're going to become a customer right now, which you should, and you want to join us tonight at 7 o'clock, just send me a little text telling me you became a customer, and I'll make sure that you have the Zoom link to join us tonight at 7 o'clock. Okay, let's get to our health topic. Let's start it. It's kind of a long one today. So we're going to start it and then we'll go to break and then we'll come back and finish it up because this is an important one. There's been a lot of talk on the media. I'm not calling it social media because it ain't social media anymore. It's just media. If it was social, I would see my friends' posts. I would see your friends, our friends' pictures, and we would socialize on there. And for the most part, that is not happening on social media. I got so many ads on my TikTok, I can't even stand it. Can't stand being on there. Everybody's trying to sell me something. So anyway, on these platforms, there's a lot of talk about cortisol. You get your cortisol cocktail and, you're the reason why you have belly fat is because of cortisol. And this is all just drink this drink and you will, get rid of it. Cortisol cocktail. And man, there's a lot. And I'm not saying some of that's not true. Okay, so there is such thing as a cortisol belly, when you are chronically in a state of fight or flight. You're sleep deprived. Yes, you can have high levels of cortisol. Absolutely. Cortisol is the hormone made by your adrenal glands. It's two small glands that sit on the top of your kidneys. It's often called the stress hormone because it's released in response to stress. In healthy amounts, cortisol helps regulate blood sugar, reduces inflammation, and gives you energy to handle challenges. It also wakes you up in the morning. And many people are waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning because their cortisol levels or their timing of cortisol, when it's released is off. And the reason why it's off, in large part, a lot of times, is because of insulin resistance, right? Insulin is also a hormone. Things are muddled up. And if you're waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, this is a good sign that you're eating too much sugar. You got too high a carbohydrate diet, and you need to bring it around. Okay? Cortisol is meant to spike for short bursts in moments of stress, right? Like running late or dodging danger. But in today's world, many of us live under constant stress, right? There's a lot of pressure, especially, I don't even think, it's as much pressure as it's just pace. Pace, right? If you're online and you're scrolling, the pace and the change of information that you're taking in, whether doesn't even matter about what content it is, but just the pace that you are consuming images at, that'll make you feel stressed. That'll increase your cortisol levels. Think about it back in the day when, TV wasn't on every day, all day long. You didn't get it. I think some people's TVs never get shut off. Am I right? It sure seems like it. Do you ever shut that thing off? It's like they sleep with it on. It's on in every room all the time. And you may think, oh, I'm used to it. I just block it out. You're taking it in. You're taking it all in all the time. And that in itself can create this low level of stress, right? So think about that. Because your body doesn't know the difference of whether you're being chased by a lion or you're being inundated with content. It can be that confused. So sometimes it's deadlines, sometimes it's screens, sometimes it's financial strain, sometimes it's toxins too. So if you have an environment, like if you're wearing that really smelly, phthalate, potent laundry detergent that I can smell coming from a block away, and the fabric softener, and yeah, you smell so fresh, but you are dripping in chemicals. And those chemicals are hormone disruptors. They're endocrine disruptors. So even that can be an issue. Or if you're using cleaning products, people are like, well, I spray it directly on the counter. I don't get it on my hands. No, but when you're spraying something, it's airborne. And you're breathing it in. These are things people don't think about when they think, am I exposed to toxins? If you're cleaning with all that stuff and you're washing with all that stuff and you're soaping up and washing your hair, and yes, you're exposed to likely hundreds, if not thousands of toxins if you're using that stuff. Go clean. It's such a no-brainer, because as long as your clothes are clean, if you really like the way things smell, get an essential oil, because that's not an endocrine disruptor. You can make easy swaps. The price point's very similar. It's not going to cost you more, and your health is going to improve because of it. It's a no-brainer. Do it. When we come back, we're going to talk about long-term high cortisol, what happens when it stays high, and we're going to talk about how you can bring your cortisol levels down naturally. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Hey, what did you think yesterday of Mark from liveO2.com? Wasn't that interesting? I'm so excited to have him back and learn more about oxygen training, because that is something I don't know a ton about. I've been familiar with the hyperbaric chamber and all of that stuff, but like this is something different, training involved in it. So super, super interesting. So if you haven't heard of oxygen training, you need to tune in. liveO2 delivers an oxygen-rich performance right at home, helping you boost your energy, recover faster, and feel your best at any age. It's like supercharging your body from the inside out. You can learn more at liveO2.com or call 970-658-2789. That's liveO2.com, 970-658-2789. If you missed yesterday's show, go check out yesterday's episode as well, because it's fascinating stuff. The people that Mark is helping are in real need of help, and they are getting it. So it is very interesting stuff. liveO2.com. All right, let's talk a little more cortisol. So what happens when your cortisol stays high? Long-term high cortisol can disrupt almost every system in your body. Weight gain, especially stubborn belly fat, which I hear a lot of complaints about, okay? There is a path forward. There is a path forward, okay? Blood sugar imbalances, increasing risk for insulin resistance, okay? That comes from chronic cortisol levels being too high. Weakened immune system means you get sick more often, you catch everything that goes around. Sleep problems, wired at night and tired in the morning. Mood issues, things like anxiety, irritability, and brain fog come along with high cortisol levels. And then you get your hormone imbalance, right? So it affects your thyroid, especially long-term chronic stress. Got to find solutions. Got to search out solutions, because it will affect your thyroid. It affects estrogen levels and testosterone levels. So when cortisol stays high, your body is essentially stuck in this survival mode, and it makes it really hard to burn fat, and it makes it impossible to heal and even find peace or feel calm, because you are stuck in this fight or flight, and it is exhausting for people. The good news is there are solutions. Get into the naturally inspired community, because I'm telling you, we are talking about this all the time because you're not alone. There's so many people are struggling with this. And we have a wonderful cortisol control bundle that I love recommending. It's designed to calm. It's designed to balance your stress response and restore healthy adrenal function. It's like a stress relief complex. It's a botanical blend. It's got ashwagandha, L-theanine, and some other things in there to promote relaxation and reduce your stress-induced cortisol spikes without drowsiness. Though this isn't going to put you to sleep. Then, of course, you gotta focus on those B vitamins. That B complex is very important for nervous system support. It replenishes stress depleted B vitamins and supports healthy nervous system function and boosts natural energy. A B complex. Okay, this is part of the cortisol control bundle. And then, of course, there is a vitamin C that is crucial for adrenal health. So vitamin C is not just for when you are sick, which I think a lot of people use it that way now, right? I'm going to do a big vitamin C blast because I feel something coming on. Yeah, that's great. But you also need it on a regular basis. So vitamin C is crucial for adrenal health, and it also helps lower oxidative stress from high cortisol specifically. And then some Omega Guard, which is, your omega-3s. This helps reduce inflammation, supports brain health, balances stress, related mood changes, and more. So this bundle together will help bring your cortisol levels down properly. This isn't a gimmick, right? Like this isn't a cortisol cocktail that's going to fix your issue. You got to come from an approach of nutrition, right? And again, I want to tell you that when the body heals the way it should heal, it is not like an instantaneous response. Pharmaceuticals, yeah. It's manipulating your body, right? Pharmaceuticals manipulate your body to feel no pain, right? They numb the body. It's a Band-Aid. It's a temporary thing. And so you do feel an instant, impact when you take a pharmaceutical. When the body is healing, because only the body heals, nothing heals you, only the body heals. But when it is being replenished of its nutrients, it's a slow process. It's layer by layer by layer. But that's the real, true way you want to bring the body back into homeostasis. You don't want to force it, right? You don't want to force it in there with, pharmaceuticals or procedures or whatever. You want to set the stage, give it what it needs, feed it the way it's meant to be fed, and let it do what it does. And then layer by layer, your health will return. But you have to be patient and you have to manage that cortisol response as well. It's very easy when you're not feeling well to get caught in a loop of worry and hyper-fixation on your health. Very, very easy to do that, right? I just want it to be fixed. I just want it to be fixed. Oh, am I feeling this way? Am I feeling that way? Is this happening? I get it. I've worked with hundreds of people that go through this process. It's scary when you're not feeling well. But here's the thing. When you're scared, you can't heal. You have to trust in your body. You have to come back to the body and connect to it. We are so disconnected from our bodies, right? We think a lot. We're up in our head a lot. But how often do we sit and actually connect to our organs? Think about what they look like, picture them. What do healthy adrenals look like? Get a vision for that and start attending to your body mindfully, right? Purposefully, with intention. Oh, my healthy adrenals look like this, You are in the driver's seat. If there's one thing, I wish people could understand is that you truly are in the driver's seat of this body. You aren't separated from it, mind and body. one over here, one over here. Use your mind as a tool to visualize what your body looks like inside, to be able to connect with it. There's one practitioner, I can't remember her name, but I did one of her courses one time, and, she actually makes her patients, her clients, put their hands on themselves. This one woman was really, experiencing a lot of emotion around carrying extra weight. And she said, you're hiding from your extra weight all the time. Like you're pulling your shirt down, you're shelled up around it. Break it open, touch it. Get connected to it. Thank you for protecting me. Because that's what extra weight is. It's protection. In a lot of different ways. The body stores toxins in fat. So that fat is protecting you from those toxins. Sometimes it's emotional protection because you feel like you can't express yourself, so you build an armor around your body. So connect to it. Connect to it and say, thank you, but I no longer need you anymore. Instead of hiding from our ailments, we should be reaching out to connect with them. Receive them as the communication that they are, because that's what it is. It's just communication. It's just communication. It is your body fighting for your survival, because that's all it is programmed to do, is to fight for your survival and for your vitality. It wants to be well. So it fights for it. It creates ways to protect you from anything that could be harmful. Sometimes it's weight. Sometimes it's a tumor. Sometimes it's a scab. Sometimes it's a skin ailment because it wants to push out toxins through your skin. But make no mistake about it, that is exactly what it's trying to do. It is trying to protect you. So release it. Thank you for protecting me. I am going to put less toxins in my body, and I'm going to support my stress levels. I'm going to give you the foundation that you need. Cortisol control bundle. Text me the word cortisol if you want this bundle. I'll send you some free gifts. See you tomorrow, everybody, at 3:00.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.